You had a nice hit on Bonner, and you guys really got after Utah State's quarterback the other night. Caused a lot of problems for him. Just was it nice to see that consistent pressure from the defensive line all night to help out your DBs?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something we've been obviously trying to do all year. Sometimes you have more success than others, but we knew coming into this game, he was one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen this year. But we also known that in the games where Utah State struggled, that's one where people were hitting them and they were getting those hits. And then, even though we didn't necessarily get a lot of sacks, like you mentioned, we got a lot of hits on him. He was down on the ground, getting up slow a couple times and stuff. So obviously, that all contributed to it. And then along with that, like you said, we were helping our DBs in that sense, but at the same time, them having good coverage was also helping us get to him. So it kind of just gives both. And then Utah State, they were obviously a big passing team. So when you were able to take that away, that's a lot of the success right there. So.
Jalen, how much pressure did you put on yourself when Solomon Bird went down for the year?
I don't know if I would say so much that we put pressure on ourselves, but in a sense, you don't have kind of, people always say the whole kind of next man up mentality. You don't want to say that necessarily because it kind of brushes over it. But at the same time, me and him, we had obviously been preparing pretty hard all throughout the year and stuff. Even when I got, regulated to that backup role and stuff, I was just always focused on controlling things I control and doing what I need to do and stuff. So when he did go out, I know we also needed somebody to step up and stuff. So again, I just kind of focused on doing what I was doing week to week. And I also knew that when the opportunities came, I needed to take advantage of them and stuff. But I don't know if he's necessarily put more pressure on ourselves. It was just a sense that, okay, now he's gone. Now we really need somebody, to kind of, like I said, replicate the things he was doing and don't have there be some type of drop off. Pick up the slack. We were talking about how deep our defensive line was, but we need to improve it pretty much, and I think we have so far.
Utah State got those couple of quick touchdowns. Then y'all only gave up 3 points after that the rest of the way. What was the thing that impressed you the most about the defense those final three quarters?
Yeah, well, you kind of mentioned we were saying after the first quarter, that was too much. There's not too many times a team has scored, or I'm not sure any time this time a team has scored 14 points on us in a quarter. So, we were saying after that happened, we essentially lost the first quarter, but we were going to stop that, and they shouldn't score again for the rest of the game. They ended up getting that field goal. But aside from that, I think we locked down really well. And I think part of it's kind of just, almost like filling out your opponent in a sense, because I know kind of when in the first half, things were a little harder. But as the game went on, especially in the third quarter, I kind of started recognizing more things about like the tackle I was going against. And then that's where we all started kind of picking up on more stuff when we were getting those hits on the QB, things like that. So it can kind of be like that sometimes when you first come out against an opponent. Things might kind of, shake you for a little bit, kind of like New Mexico. When we played them, they were doing some different things in the first half, and then we ended up shutting them out in the second half. So we definitely took that as a challenge, like I said, in that first quarter, especially when our offense still had us right there in with it and stuff. But I think it's kind of just seeing what they were doing. It's always a little bit of difference from practice to the game. And then once we adjusted to it, we were fine pretty much. So.
Jalen, Saturday will be the last ride, obviously, at home for Garrett and Muma and a lot of guys. What has this senior class meant to you?
It's a lot, especially with Garrett. Like I said before, when I first came in, he was my mentor and showed me, kind of the ropes in a sense, how things are done here and everything. So the main thing is obviously we got to go out there and get a win for him and stuff. But it's definitely been great to play alongside both of them. Chad is probably maybe like the hardest person I've seen play and practice since I've been here, besides possibly Logan. Because I remember when I first came in, I remember I was telling myself I wanted to find a guy, who was working the hardest, and I wanted to outwork them. And it's pretty hard when you got Chad running around the field and stuff. So, no, he's been a great example of the way he plays. And then also, like I said, Garrett as well, kind of trying to take different things from the game, emulate it in mine and stuff. So, like I said, the main thing is obviously this season didn't go the way quite we wanted to, but still finish it strong on Saturday. But, no, definitely get that win from them. I know they're all looking forward to it and stuff. And, no, it should be a fun one. So, yep.